fail within the first, second year of opening it. Some fail due to lack of finance, some lack of management skills. And the best way I find, I wish I had a coach 24 years ago when I started my business. And I got into business coaching for that purpose, particularly. When I found it was costing me money to make the mistakes that I was making. It wasn't as if I said I could bake a cake. If it flops, I could turn it into maybe a trifle and we're still going to eat it, right?
Yes.
In a business, you don't buy the right product, it fails. You don't deal with the right client and you have a bad product, you fail. If you have put all your eggs in one basket and you decide that this is going to be my client, my major client, you lose his business, your business goes down. There's so many why businesses tend to fail. And I thought today would be apt if we go into how to start your business. When I was thinking of a topic that came close to my heart, there's a lot of people just say, like, I'm a businessman in my blood. Definitely. We all can sell something anytime, anywhere, any place.
Right.
What you sell, how you sell, and to whom you sell, with the integrity that you sell it, with the brand that you sell it, with the positive outcome that you're selling it, to say that I have value, I'm giving you value for money, I trust my product, and I know that if you're going to buy this product, if you're not happy with it, I can give you a money back guarantee. Those are kind of things that starts giving you the loyalty, starts giving you that good feel to say, you know what, this guy knows what he's doing, this lady knows what she's doing. So when we start out, I'd like to start with a business vision. Anybody that starts with a business needs to go into business mindset for, what is my vision? What do I want to do? What is this business intended for? So the what is very important. Am I going to be making a product? Am I going to offering a service? Am I going to be selling somebody else's product? Am I going to be selling similar to affiliate marketing like Justine, Avon? And some homes, and I must say I have many ladies that I business coach that are doing amazingly well, looking after their families. Shukr alhamdulillah, just doing makeup, just doing Tupperware, just doing AMC. And if I look at where my business entrepreneurial skills come from, and to be honest, I was from a very young girl, had that innovative mind because of my mom. My mom was a Tupperware agent and she was managing, she was part of Ozlid where she did development of photographs. So my mom never had one job. She always had AMC agent, Tupperware agent, always busy sewing something. My mom was always busy bringing in more money than she should. And the same way with myself. When I started working, my first job, I was a receptionist. I started selling other items and buying other items. And then I decided I have these skills and I started selling my services of business advice, services of doing business plans, helping people do business optimization. And that was what I started offering, my services as a business coach. So beyond owning my petrol station, I was also doing business coaching. So what are you going to do? Take some time and look at it, innovate it, think about it. What are you good at? We all can sell. But what you're going to sell is what's going to make that end result a profit for you or a loss. Okay? And then what is your product? What is your service? What is your activity? What is it that you're going to be offering and what is it going to make it unique? Everybody was going to sell a shoe. What is different about your shoe? Everybody's going to be selling a T-shirt. And I heard you online now when I got onto your show. There's somebody else now that's going to be doing a more innovative thing of recycling and making new T-shirts out of old. That's like, wow. I was blown away just hearing the end part of it. I didn't hear the whole thing. So are you standing out? Are you impacting on the environment? Are you saving our environment? People want to know that their money is going to good use. People want to spend knowing that they're helping the environment. People want to know that they're aiding an orphanage or something. So the good part is, what are you going to sell? How are you going to sell them? And then make absolutely sure you know who you're taking on as your business partners. Are you going in by yourself? Are you going to be taking a loan? And if you're going to be taking a loan, are you going to take on an investor? Do you know what it takes to have an investor? Do you know what it takes on to have a business partner? Huge differences. So get your homework done the right way. Know what you want. Sit down with a business coach. Sit down with somebody that can advise you and say, you are going to be spending good money for bad. You're going to lose money having these kind of systems in place where you can be doing them yourself. So find out what is the way forward. And most advisors help you within a 6 to 1 year to implement your strategy, your business plan. Never get somebody to do your business plan if you yourself are not sitting next to that person where you can understand your own business plan.
Right.
Going into a bank, sourcing funding, going into going into business partners to get your funding. And if you don't know how your business plan works, they're going to chase you away. They turn you away. Because if you don't know how to ask for money, if you don't know why you want the money, if you don't know where you're going to be using it, how are you going to be spending that money? Are you going to be using it on your operating expenses? Many people just say, the business costs R1 million, I need R1 million worth of loan. No.
Yeah.
What about your operating expenses? How will you manage paying rent,
I so agree
water,
with you,
light?
because a lot of the times what happens is, and I always say this in a business environment, is everybody needs to be on the same page. Everybody needs to see the vision that you have in mind. And unless they don't understand that vision, then they won't be able to help you cross and get along with that path.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, one of my most successful clients, the first time when we were doing her funding for her, we sat down, we were doing her innovative thinking plans, putting into place her business plans. And when I showed her, this is why we're going to be approaching the financial houses for aid for these purposes, and this is what you're going to do. And coaching her into speaking, when we got into that bank, in under 15 minutes, she convinced them, this is my startup money to buy, my capital money I need to buy my business. This is my operating expenses to use to manage my business for 6 months so that I don't fall. Because that's where the problem comes in. The first year, we think that we just need startup money. Within the first year, we would have stumbling blocks. Stock cannot be delivered on time. Stock that gets delivered is damaged stock. We had to wait to get it sent back, returned. What happens on discounts? Are you negotiating for discounts for your business? Are you getting kickback from huge conglomerates that you are busy? I'll give you an example. When I owned my petrol station, I used to get a huge rebate from Mexico, and they gave me a good rebate because I sit down and negotiate my prices. And there's many others that do the same. So ask yourself, who's going to be my supplier? How am I going to get my product to myself? If I don't have a means to go and get my product, is there a backup plan? Is there somebody else that can urgently bring stock in for me? So those are things that you need to sit down and plan properly. And once you have these things in place, going into a bank, sourcing your funding, making sure you're compliant. Compliancy, no matter what I start with in my coaching practice, the first thing I tell my clients, be compliant. Don't mess with SARS, be compliant. Anybody that you are you VAT registered? And not every business does register for VAT, but be tax compliant. Make sure your company is registered. You don't want, if between you and me, I'll give you an example, Nafeesa, we both open the same business. We both have the same clientele. We have the exact same product. The difference with who would go further is if I registered my business and made sure that it was registered through CIC, made sure that it is compliant, made sure that I have a business account, any other company dealing with me would see me as the professional and you as a startup. So make sure you look professional. Make sure that you do your business invoicing. Make sure that you have a proper letterhead. Make sure that you have the right unique selling proposition. Make yourself unique, because we all can sell the same shoe, but my shoe might be the comfortable one for people that have a high arch. My shoe could be very comfortable for people that stand the whole day. Find what is different from your item that you're selling.
Yes, it's got to stand
out.
And
you know
people,
your uniqueness.
It's got to stand out. People need to understand the value of your business, and by investing in it, what they're going to get back from it. And once they start understanding the value, then I think it kind of makes it easier to be able to make them also understand your vision.
Yes, and the one thing that is most important for me is make sure you know who your client is. Not everybody is your client. Don't be a desperate business person. If you know your value, you will only know that there will be certain clientele that is for you. So you don't become desperate. You don't pitch to the wrong people. You know what your product stands for. You know the quality of your product. And I mean, there's a lot of my clients that always says, I could never put my product. I'll give you an example. A lady was making this very beautiful traditional tracksuit. Beautiful. Her material was stunning. Gymming wear she was making. And I said to her, we've got to take your product into Truworths and Edgar's. And she said, I would never buy my product. What do you mean? I sell one-on-one items for local. And I said to her, somebody's going to endorse your item. And she has 3 huge corporates that have bought her items and endorsed it. And she's one of the people giving in these, it's such beautiful African printed, now she's doing laptop bags. And she's got a full gym wear range. The material is very, very good quality. So if you know what your product is and you know the quality and you know you're giving them the best, pitch to those people that are the best. Don't ever degrade your brand. Do not degrade your business. Do not degrade your value as a person that is bringing in a good product, a good service. I myself, my unique selling proposition is I make sure I cover you 360 degrees when you are opening your business. I make sure you are compliant. I make sure that you know that you have enough funding. I make sure you have a backup plan, backup suppliers, you know? So those are the kind of things. I make sure that you have not one client that is your main client, that you have 3 huge clients and you have 5 subsidiary smaller clients so that there's money coming in all the time, you know? So those kind of things is know who you are. And when you put that mindset, this is just seeds that we're planting today. To make sure that if you're sitting and deciding whether it's a samosa, another lady said to me the other day, she said, Rookshana, you know, you make business coaching seem like it's for everybody. You know, I think it's for those that own petrol stations and franchise stores. I said, darling, it is for those ladies that are in their homes. They are making the best quality product and they're not taking it to the right people. More and more restaurants are now opting not to be buying from huge factories. They're opting to buy homemade, good quality samosas, homemade desserts, because they see the brand. So don't underestimate your quality, your product that you're making. I have a lady that makes a healthy bread, and she is now, her first few clients were health spas, and now she's in all the gyms.
Wow. And I think quality and service is of importance. And I think the biggest issue facing on a general consensus as far as people are concerned and the public, I would say is service. Because a lot of the times you find if you're in that service-orientated businesses, people are not getting actually what they're looking for.
We're going to be covering that one next week.
Oh, okay.
Inshallah.
I think you read my mind. Because a lot of the times you walk
inshallah,
into
we're going to be covering that one because so many people ask me the exact same question. I think you are like got this mental telepathy. So this is our topic for next week. Basically,
I think it's so apt, you know. I think, Rookshana, to be honest with you, you know, when I walk into a store, right, there's the sense of frustration from a consumer level because you're standing in there and you're literally not getting the service you expect. And I think people out in the market there's so many people doing literally the same things, but I think people opt for the person that gives them the better service. And I think that's something that most business people need to understand out there. And I think I'm really glad that we're going to be discussing that next week. Reason being, it's become such a frustration to actually just go out there and buy an item when you know you're going to get the worst service possible.
Nafeesa, I think our consumers are very wise. They want value for money. They're not just going to be spending their money because they want value. And that is the right of every consumer. And I think when we discuss it next week, you'll understand. Most of the times, owners don't know that they're valued. Every business person has this amazing, unique idea of what his business is there for, his vision, his mission, his value system. And then we have staff that are not trained properly. I'll give you a quick, I know our time is almost up. I went on to a business, the guy said to me, Rookshana, go in, do some business optimization, check what I need. And when I went in, the first thing I said to him, you need to train your staff. They think they are rotten. Their behavior is so bad that when people walk in, 5 out of people, 3 will turn and walk out because you're talking nonsense. I said, check it. So he sent 2 other family members to go and monitor the business. And they came back and they said, it's appalling. I ate on a dirty table. They didn't wipe my table. They didn't offer me a menu. We shared a menu.
Sure.
So when he started and when we put in the training and we implemented training systems for him and we optimized his staff how to, yes, he's very busy, very good brand, but his service was bad. And people were complaining. And he called me and he said, something's wrong. People are just angry towards me. And I'm like, they're not angry towards you. They're angry towards how they're being treated. If somebody's paying you money, either for food or to cut their hair or to do a facial for them or massage their body, you have to give them value for money. You cannot treat them disrespectfully. You cannot just treat them as if I don't need you. Your salary is dependent on that customer coming back again.
Yeah, true.
So we're going to go in depth next week. That's our next topic. And Jazakallah, I don't know if my time is up.
Thank you so much. Yes, it has. But leave us with some words of inspiration for this afternoon before you go.
But I would love to say that every single one that is listening today, you are a business person. The seeds that I've said today is planted, that you can do anything you set your mind on. If you know your service you have, if you know you can do something, product, whether it's a hobby, you can turn it into a business. Don't ever think that a business is only for those people that come from a business family. My first business I owned, and I'm not from a business family.
Right.
I bought a petrol station that normally comes down generation lines. If I can do it, nobody else has an excuse to say it's not there. I had no money, I had no training, I had no family background of the business that I bought. If you've got the right people to train you, right people to coach you, right people to mentor you, you can do anything that you set your mind on.
That is
Assalamu alaikum. You take care of yourself.
Walaikum salam. Thank you for leaving us with such beautiful words this afternoon. Definitely loads of food for thought for those business people out there. And we look forward, of course, to next week's segment where we're going to be discussing service and how important it really is. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. The pleasure is ours. And have a lovely week going forward.
You too. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was Sister Rookshana Modan giving us some insight into, of course, business mindset and what things should work for us and what we should be doing in order to move our businesses into a better space. We're going to go for a quick break. Join us as we're going to be definitely discussing something really exciting. It's called E-Inspired, a magazine designed to inspire women with daily related issues and build them up in business by sharing.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media, your humanitarian broadcaster.